Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another monthly reading for Gemini for January 2024. And thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe and protecting me and keeping me safe. Oh, Gemini, heavy deck. What's going on with Gemini, Spirit? What are the messages for Gemini for January? Yeah, it's very heavy, this section of the deck here. Well, I don't know where to begin. Let's see what Spirit has for us, Gemini. What are the messages for Gemini for January 2024? Okay, so we are feeling not left out, feeling it just out in the cold there. Missing something, needing to get into, feeling pushing and shoving going on here, feeling as if you've been pushed and shoved, Gemini. For a king, it is romance, it is love, it's very loving, very a water sign if even, but being pushed and shoved and in romance or into romance. And then being left out in the cold. It's not feeling, but then there is truth to be found out or to be had. It is the truth. The truth is about being putting out into the cold and being pushed and shoved into romance. It's the Eight of Swords, working it out, thinking about it. Well, it is so far the trend is that lots of endings are happening. It is the time. So if you're feeling like see, there's that blockage. It's very and heavy. Deck is feeling heavy on one side. So it's a question of pride, ego, humility, to be humble or hoping for, because that I'm missing something, or something's been taken from me. Has a heavy feeling for. I got that with the Aries now, with the Aquarius, and the Aries is only that I had mentioned in the Aquarius reading that heaviness was very angry and very strong. And that's where I brought in Aries. So if you are dealing with an Aries, it could be that you're going through something very heavy and difficult. But it's starting to, well, the more I shuffle the deck, the more it smoothens out, because it was heavy on one side. What are the special messages for Gemini? Seems that Spirit wants to take care of that pocket of negativity. All right, let's see. What are the messages for Gemini? The layout hasn't changed. It's still the same. But the angle I've been working with has changed. Let me see how this, again, there's no blockage. Geminis, you're so talkative and all of a sudden it's climbing up. Can't climb up, you have to let it out, but you know that. Conversation is your forte. All right, let's see how this angle works, because I've been working with it. The first line, as you know, it is about you, the viewer, and we're looking into Gemini. So if you're not a Gemini and you're looking into Gemini, the first line is either you or you take the second line as a cross-watcher or partnership, or someone just looking into Gemini. Let's see. And the third line is the outcome of this reading. Okay, so I still have to work on it a little bit, but I don't want to start playing with it now. We'll just work with this. At the bottom of the deck, We have reconciliation here. Okay, so that heaviness is probably the anxiety of having to face and speak, because it was feeling like nobody wants to talk, and it's heavy because what we need to say is deep and dark, a little bit anyway. Manifestation, trying to work up that reconciliation, putting things to an end, stopping the unfairness, that darkness that I was feeling, that heaviness there, I was feeling one-sided. So taking advantage, trying to bring things back into balance, bringing in the truth. This is final betrayal here. There's a tower coming down with manifestation for a reconciliation. There is forgiveness to be had. There is a feeling, there's an argument. It's not so much of a fight, but it is still angry. Yeah? It's an angry negotiation, if you will. But it has to go that way in order for the forgiveness to come through, because it is fighting to have that forgiveness and bringing things back into balance. Speaking of the truths that you don't want to. Again, it is opening up a portal for that relationship, for that higher learning as well. Going into school, some of us are fighting with parents who want you to go into a certain field, and you're struggling with that. And then there are those who are fighting with partnerships. Again, it is all about being grounded, staking on a new path, a new direction, beginning afresh, a new beginning, deliberating within, fighting with the self, forgiving the self. It's very deep, huh? It's very deep because of where we are. It is the dead of winter, and we're looking at the end and we're looking at the beginning, because we're in the new year, but we're still at the end. We're still trailing through the winter. Spring will be the real beginning, where things start to show. Change is upon us. It isn't here yet, and for some it is already, because it's going on in the mind. And then we come a little further back and we see that the devil is here. This is where that dark energy was coming from, some kind of restraint and constraints. It's very dark and hidden. It's very well, I don't want to use the word ugly, but dark and ugly usually go well together. And if it is a sense of heaviness, it's because it is of being held back or holding on to, don't want to let go, don't want to see a new change, don't want to see things change, want things to stay the same, but you can't. You have to keep going. You have to move forward. I mean, we stay in a place for the time that we need to stay there, and then we need to move on. It's not easy. Moving on is momentum, and when you stop the momentum, you get stuck, like that Eight of Swords, being stuck and holding on to that can't let you go. I won't let you go. I will hold on to you because of what I know about you. Again, it's betrayals of sorts, and it is emotional blackmail for others, because this new beginning with a queen is being, it's almost like someone wants to corrupt it to start, with this intelligence here, dark intelligence. One would say black magic, if you will. But then it is just a question of your thought process. If you think ill of someone, then yeah, it is dark and black magic, if you want, because your thoughts are magical when you create. That's what manifestation is all about. So if you're forcing someone to do something, it's not going to go far, because it will end, it will just, the intelligence of understanding that this person is trying to stop something from happening, only pushes more the momentum to make that something happen. You see? Trying to take something from someone, yes, you can for a certain length of time, but then at some point, you can't, because the person wakes up to, well, no, I don't want to give you anymore, so I'm just going to go off and do my own thing. And here we have that deliberation of, are they going to leave? You see, I can't hold them back with what I know. What I know is not enough anymore to keep them around me, so they're going to move on. And there's where we want to get the forgiveness. This is what's going on in somebody's head, and they're trying to figure out how to, they're working out how to get to that positioning of being in a higher level of relationship with this grounded, well-rounded, sane person. See, take it as it resonates. If you know somebody who you're trying to get to, but you're being blocked for whatever reason, because it's being a new beginning is being blocked for this person here, this Queen of Pentacles, for a reason. It's for a reason, because there's a lot of arguing going on. A lot of arguing. It's not decided yet. And once the decision is made, then the forgiveness will happen. The portal will open. Okay? All right. Let's see where this goes. Again, it's all about relationships for January. Look at it for work, look at it for personal, whether it's for romance or familiar, family, etc. It's you figure out your relationship where it fits, because I see commitment, I see proposals, I see that mind game situation here, that 9 of Swords. It's very nervous, very anxious, and then this one makes 10. So by the end of the month, we're looking at, because this is the outcome, by the end of the month, I will have the courage. You or the next person, or both of you, will have the courage to speak and have a conversation and make either make amends, according as this goes, for reconciliation. Because there is a commitment to be had, and both sides want it, whether it is to be offered or it is to be received, to decide on the answer. Maybe you've already proposed and you're waiting for your answer. Okay, it's just could have been around the December time, that Sagittarius new moon. Now we're into the full moon coming up in Leo. So again, that is conversation, and with Gemini being the type to talk, very, very talkative, and then feeling that you can't, it's because you're thinking about what you need to say. There you are, holding back. If it is not you, it is the next person. Again, we do the first layer is you, so you are holding back because of what you know. You don't want to talk because you want to make the proposal, so you're holding back for the right moment to propose, to offer, because it is in divine timing with this. Again, the justice is here saying that it's going to end up with confusion, having to take time to decide. So holding back, again, this is a 10. It's because of what needs to be said, and the truth has to come out. No conversation is going to happen if we're plotting and scheming for truth. Again, we have the 7 of Swords, so it is about what kind of commitment, and the manipulation is high. The manipulation is high. I felt it when I picked up the deck. See, and the devil is there to say no. This well-rounded, natural, loving, caring, very intuitive woman is not going to have a new beginning because of this angry negotiation for commitment, for forgiveness. It's not for real, you see? Again, the plotting and the scheming to set up a proposal that will only go into a third-party situation and take advantage of this person. Take it as it resonates, because that's where it's headed. Plotting and scheming is on the table. It is on the table. but it is also hidden within the reality of I want to be in a relationship. I want. See these three? There's two and this one here is three. This Three of Wands is I want to make a change. Now, I may very well be divulging a surprise that is a true offer for commitment. So I do not want to say, well, Gemini, anybody coming up to you with a proposal it's not true. No, because that is not true. Again, we have to figure out what it is we really want. That Three of Wands. I've been saying it for every reading that I've done. That on the 13th of January, the lesson was about the Three of Wands. So if you haven't listened, you might want to put an ear to it, because it's a pivotal turn in thoughts and decision making, because you've been waiting for something to come in. The Three of Wands is being the ships coming in, and you've been waiting patiently, and now you're sensing that you don't want to wait anymore, and you decide to let whatever it is you were waiting for go, and you're going to move on to do something different. That's January for you. Dead of winter, we're looking into how we're going to face this new year, what we are going to do, what it is I want to propose, I want to make an offer. This is all about romance here. And again, healing conversation is at the end of this line. Not speaking, holding back, but having that therapeutic sense of we need to talk about our relationship. We need to talk about getting into a relationship. Do we want to take this to a higher level? Because this is what the Four represents. When you're working out exactly what you are committed to and what you want as a commitment. What it is you want to get into. You're making a proposal. You have enough. You've done enough so that you've experienced enough. You've gone through, again, it's a 9. So you've gone through enough of a battle or many battles. Because again, the heaviness in the deck was all about the relationships that you've been through, and you're thinking about all of what you've been through. You're waiting for something to come, as in a change in the type of relationships, because you're always ending up in relationships that end up badly. I mean, in your eyes, whatever badly is, whether it's divorce or breakup, or you're dealing with difficult types for some, because it is very heavy. And if it is therapeutic, could be that either you're working in the field of therapy, where you are in psychology or psychiatry, or even layman's healings, where you do one-on-ones with for volunteer in church, or community services, where you just reach out, those outreach programs. Or you want to go into that for some. That is the change you want to make. Looking into your next career. Again, it is about love, but it is what you love. It's not just being in love. It is what you love. And then the confusion at the end here, where you have to decide. You see, holding back or being in that sense of a denial of a commitment that was very karmic or is very karmic, or that you experience karmic type relationships, and you're trying to work through and change just that. You don't want to be in those types of relationships anymore, and you've experienced enough that you haven't given up on going into another relationship. You still want. Or you're working out that, just do I want, or do I want to not go into relationships anymore? You see, because every time I do get into a relationship, it is about some drama scene that I end up in, and I have to live through, and I have to work through, and it's heavy, and then you end up being divorced. See? It's all those changes that we're working through. Gemini, you're very deep this month. really focused. You're really focused because you want something different. You want to change. You want to see what the future has for you. And you are going through double eight. So this is good. This is your time has come. But then again, Uranus is where the Uranus is where it is going to make a big change, being it is in Taurus. That is what that eclipse in the eclipse of the sun brought us. You see with Taurus there. And it's very, very powerful now because you are focused on having that change. And not just you, it's all the signs. Every sign that I've read for the Three of Wands is showing up. And I keep saying it in every reading. So I'm not surprised that it's showing up broken here. But broken here, it is more of the focus. It's as if you are really paying attention. And you are, because you are looking for that commitment. You're looking to carry into the future with a partnership. You do not want, or you do not see yourself alone, even though you are coming through, ending up being alone in the relationships that you go through. You may have water in your chart because your moon may very well be a water sign, because you don't stop that flow of love. Very loving. You're very loving. And you're looking for that partnership. And you are willing and have gone through many partnerships where it's turned out to be confused, where it's not what you wanted. And you don't understand why you're getting what you don't want. See? Well, it's because you had to go through it. It's karmic. It is a test. It is really a test. Okay, so being that it could go over in any direction, work or romance or study, because it is about learning. It is at the beginning. It is about coming out, being perfected. At the end of the month, you will have made that decision. It's not going to take you very long on the direction you want to go. And if it is that you still haven't decided, then you give yourself a little more time. Not because I say you're going to know. At the end of the month, there will be a change, because this is where conversation comes in. And with the conversation, you may take the next month to make the decision, because you're going to have to think about it still. It's not going to be cut and dry. This is not cut and dry. This is working things out and then seeing the pros and the cons of, and then making the decision. You are really focused on making the change, and it takes time. Even the partnership, if you're dealing with someone else, will hold back from responding to the offer. So you'll still have to wait. You're not going to get your answer. You may very well get it for some, and then others you may not, because of this Two of Swords here. For some, they're going to wait for the right moment, and that is really not for me to know. I can't know. I can only say it may come at the end, or it may come after, because of free will. That is free will right here. Okay, so let's start with the Nine of Pentacles. See where that brings us. What is this Nine of Pentacles representing? There's a victory here in healing. So, or overcoming being alone, because you've been accumulating. See, you've been accumulating, or you've been in separation. But you have come through because of had enough of this, had enough of that. Don't want any more of this. I keep getting the same. I want stability. That's 6. See, 5 and 1 makes 6 of Pentacles. It's unfair treatment. Somebody's been hurt. Again, the darkness, that heavy energy that came in when I lifted the deck, talking conversations and secrets. Ending up a cycle to have a new beginning. Okay, we're going to stop there because that's the reading in itself. See, I have accumulation, 9. But it is for a new beginning. See? Confusing a wedding, confusing a marriage, confusing a relationship, a whole hidden relationship. Having a relationship in secret, wanting to just continue in the dark, having this truth come out. By the moon, again, we'll take the moon. Full moon is, like I said, it is in Leo. It is going to be wild and wonderful. It could be a great conversation for marriage to have a new beginning. It could be a complete argument to break up a marriage and then have a new beginning. It is unknown. Confusion, again. The mind, the mindset. There's somebody is set. They don't want this anymore. They don't want to budge on that. I'm tired of this. I keep getting the same thing. Want to start anew. That overcoming loneliness, or that victory in understanding, that knowledge of what it is that I don't want anymore. Okay, we'll rehash that. It just confirms that there is going to be a new beginning. Yeah? At the end here, we have the 8 and the 1 is the 9. So we're looking into that. I don't trust, or maybe they don't trust. Again, holding back. You have reason to worry. Yeah? It's the adrenaline that makes you move forward. That anxiety. But you will get to reconcile. And that is what you want. It's manifestation here. You're both doing it. Then we have the 10 of Swords, because the truth needs to come out. Bringing back the balance. Let's see what this 2 of Swords represents. And we have the Knave of Pentacles. So it's focus. Focus on work. Making up for what was lost. Thinking that there is a chance that there won't be a reconciliation. Both sides. Everything I've invested. I've been honest. I've been telling the truth. Working on healing. They're very patient. And they're waiting for the truth. That's what's going on here. They're waiting for the truth to come. They want to be in a commitment. They want that justice to be served. They want to see a change in perspective, a change in the mind here. They want that, because this is where the patience is coming from. Looking at the truth. Again, it's the 9 of Swords when we take this sword here. We even have the 3 of Swords when we take the 2 of Swords here. You see? So they're thinking about the betrayal. They're thinking about all the hurt, the disappointments. But they're willing to forgive. And that is the confirmation that you're looking for, because they're holding back as much as you are holding back. You seem to be a matching pair. Whether it is where you work or who you want to be in love with. You know, you want that romance, because we have that King of Pentacles who is working to be transparent and make the changes, because they see that their destiny is to have the courage to open up. That is what is being healed here. Hoping and waiting for just that. They want to see that their king humbles himself. Plain and simple. To change. And do whatever it is that they came here to do, because the courage is there. Courage is there. It's a question of having the courage to open up. Focus. You see, the focusing on the change will bring that courage to open up and come and see and heal. I think I won't take, well, no, we could take all, see again, the 9 of Swords. All right, so the transparency of the king, we'll take all of that, because to be honest, tells the story. It really does. I don't have to take any more cards for that line. This is why they're holding back or waiting for the right moment. You take it as it resonates. If this is you that it represents as the ego being needed to change because it's the next person who is heavy on the cards there, but they are going through their own karmic relationship in order to come out now, and because it's going to be an end. Let's see here, this the World card with the anxiety, that's what they're going through. They're going through, and it will come to an end, and when it does, the focus again will be to come back to what they invested in with you, to be honest, and bring that patience in, that humility, to be transparent, and come with the dignity, the integrity, that control, but control in the sense where they're standing in their integrity, and to face because they see you as their destiny, with the courage to open up and make that offer, bring that proposal. So it's either you are going to do it, Gemini, or it is the next person that's going to do it. Just take it as it resonates. See what this Five of Swords represents. There's a disappointment. You see, it had to come down to taking advantage, standing up and taking back because of the disappointment. See, the world ended. Their world ended. They're feeling it. You are feeling it. Somebody's feeling it. That it is the end. That they don't know that it will come. You and neither them know it will come back together, and you will, because anxiety is going to be ended. The burden will be put down, and the Emperor will take back his true form because of love and bring things back into balance. It will take a little while though. Again, it is a working process. You don't just flip off the switch. I mean, if you do that, then it's because you're manipulating and you're changing like a chameleon. To really put down the burden takes time. But you see, this is where the end is coming. And I'm looking at this by March, simply because, again, the three tells of the change coming, that Three of Wands, you see, the focus is there. So by March, you should see a change. You should, if you're not communicating at the end of the month, by March, there is definitely going to be communication. And by March, it will be more communication. If it's coming into that you speak at the end of this month, the momentum is there. You will be speaking more and more and more. And you'll feel that change by March. You'll see the difference. You'll feel more at home, more at ease. Because the anxiety is going to be put down. It's going to end. The Emperor will stand in his true power, where he reflects that genuinity because of that love. And it is that unconditional love. Most powerful force on the face of this earth, because things will come back into balance. All right, so we're at the end here because it's very straightforward. The communication is definitely going to be healing here. Let's take a look at this Queen of Swords, and we'll take a few cards for the 8 and do the Oracle. What is this Queen representing? Again, the King. The King with his offer, you see, and then that 9 cup we have, and of course the 3 of Wands. I mean, every single reading has the 3 of Wands showing up, and in your reading it's twice. Okay, so we have here our King of Wands, the passion. Again, by the end of the month, that full moon is Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries right here. Either you're dealing with one, or he or you or she is embodying that ambition, that readiness to take care and offer. See, that self-love is showing. And then the 8 cups now is coming back because you want, or they want, or you both want to have that satisfaction. You see that 9 cups, and then we're just missing the 10, and the 10 is here to have what you really want and heal that. See, and there's the proposal coming back with the integrity, right back to where we started, for overcoming and coming out of the cold, because it is divinely guided. See, change. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. You're getting your confirmation, Gemini. There is going to be reconciliation. It's right here. That Queen of Swords, if it is the partnership or yourself that is embodying that position of that feminine quality in I will have the truth, her king is coming. Take it as it resonates. With that self-love to prove it, because they're coming back, bringing in change, healing. They're healing, they've been working on themselves, and they were strong enough to come and do it, you see, willing to take that broken self, that weighted down, that battered, put out in the cold. See, right here, they're going to come and make the offer. They're going to say, you know what, I'm doing it, and I'm going to do it in my integrity, and I'm going to overcome that sense of lack and loss. I'm going to tell my counterpart that I've missed them and I want to be with them because it is divine guidance. This you can trust. Remember when I said people are setting it up as a fake? This is where I prove it wrong. It is not a fake. And it is, if it is that your intuition tells you that it is a fake, then it is. And if your intuition tells you that it is a true reconciliation, you will know. You will know. What is this 8 of Wands representing? See, stalemate. Changing the perspective. Having to stop and think. That is why we have this 8 of Swords here. Stopping to think about everything that took place, all of what has happened. That's what's going on. Working it out, because we're coming down the line here. Having that guidance, because this is higher arcana, having that guidance to take that initiative. That's what it's all about. To take the initiative and make the change, and then move on slowly. Working through, working on, preparing the place for, and having the truth come out to have that offer of marriage. See? Of course, it is to end up a cycle, because it will happen in divine timing. Truth is going to come out about the third party. Tower is going to come down because of the overindulgence in betrayals. The truth is coming. You see, the King of Swords, should end it with the King of Swords, telling the truth and breaking it down, because it is divine timing. All right, we'll end it on this. We'll end it on the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. See, this is where all the drama is reported between these two. See? Ends with these two. Just these two here. King and the Queen. And this is all about what they're going to talk about. So, that change is coming. Returning. Being in that satisfaction. Because that's what this king here, he is the one who wants to have that relationship. And he is the one who's going to tell the truth in alignment with this queen, meaning that they're on the same level. You see, when he speaks to her, when she speaks to him, take it as it resonates, it is going to be on a truthful level. See, the truth is coming out between them. It is divinely guided, because they're going to overcome that sense of loss. They're both missing each other, and they both want to speak to each other. Take it as it resonates. The end of a cycle is happening because of that. This is destined. Again, it is for justice to be served. Karmic justice is being served, Gemini. And if it is that you want to be in a relationship, or you're getting out of a relationship to get into another one, it is going to happen. If it is that you have to fight to let go of that third party, you're doing it. And then you're going to take a break. This is why I say the real communication won't come around before March. You're going to start talking, but it is to clear the air. It is really to clear the air. And then you work yourselves back to each other as taking your time goes. Standing in the truth. Being honest about the relationships. Having that initiative, taking the initiative. Again, same thing up here. Taking that initiative to make the change and say, I want to make the offer. And being divinely guided to think about it. Seriously think about it. Because this is taking action here. And then ending up. You see where the ending is, double endings here. Second chance, Wheel of Fortune, the King. Ending that cycle, wanting a second chance. But it is happening in divine timing. Oh, Gemini. You're going to communicate. You're going to communicate. It is here. You see where the devil is holding on. Somebody has to let go. And if it is that you have to let go of whatever you were into, which is the third party, if it is a person or a thing or a service, a community, whatever you were paying more attention to and not the person, you're going to do it now. You're going to have that deliberation. You're going to have that negotiation, but it is going to be a little rough start. It's going to be a rough start. Because you're both committed and you both want fair, equal treatment. But because that is where the betrayal came in. So, well, if you come into me now to tell me you want to be around me, who's to say you're not going to dump me in a month or two and go back to whatever you were doing before? That is the dilemma here. The not trusting, the I don't know if I should go forward with this, if I should wait because I don't think they're going to want me. There's all of that going on. Let's take an oracle. It's a question of free will. If you want to be with somebody, you want to be with somebody. It's how much you want to be with them is the question. And how much you want to be with another person and at the same time and all that, going around and around in the mind there. If it's not you, it's the next person thinking about it. Maybe because they were made to feel that they were not enough. And that, when you feel like talking to me, you'll look for me. And then when you don't feel like it, well, I can't do anything about it. Because you don't want to talk to me or I don't want to talk to you. You know how that goes. Thank you, Spirit. What is the oracle message for this lesson? But I see the positive. I see the change. And that is the best part because you seeing the change too, right before your eyes. What is the oracle message for Gemini? Thank you, Spirit. Now you see these cards are so light compared to this deck. Oh my gosh. They're really having a hard time, or you are maybe having a really hard time mentally going over your situation in relationships and what you've been through. And that's a good thing, because change is upon you and it is coming to an end. And you will have, you're both in the same boat. You're both wanting to have a relationship. So take that as a part of your compass, to the positive. Regeneration, see? Second chance, coming back. There. That passion is going to be lit up. And you're going to see that you fit in. There. or they are going to see that they fit in. What else? All that glitters isn't gold. That's why I say, that if it is a fake offer, you'll know. And if you've had one and you're thinking that's all you're going to get, think again. Spirit is testing us. You have to look into your intuition. Removing the mask is what this really means, because what it looks like on the outside is all pretty and lovely. But then when you get into I got the commitment going now, then that ugliness that is hidden starts to show. But we know that, and that is the whole key here. You see, this is why you've been put through so many episodes of why I keep getting the same kind of craziness in my relationships. You have to see it in order to be able to recognize it, so that when you meet up with it again, you'll know what to say. You won't want to go there because you're saying now, I don't want that anymore. You're letting go of what used to be, so you could have what is to come. That is what you need to see in this reading, Gemini. Regeneration, let's see, 46. So if we're at the 46, we would have been at the 45, which comes down to a 9. So it's all about culmination. Let's see, 45. It's time to go. So you would have walked away. That is exactly what happened, because now you're coming back. You're coming back to each other. Endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn of the experience. So you may not be going back. You may be going towards something. Well, that is for some. Let us see. Regeneration. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. So for some of you, you may very well be going back to someone who has learned the lessons. And some of you may be going off to seek and find a new person. Spirit will bring that person to you. You won't have to go far. I tell you, this whole business with Uranus is all shocking and surprising. I've been saying it, I've been hearing it. It's surprise is coming, surprise is coming. There you go, you never know. Next person coming is going to be somebody else. Let's read the oracle on that one. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. Perfect. You're going to have some passion if it was dead and boring. You're going to be able to fit in and feel like you belong. And you will be your authentic self. You will be, because you want the change, Gemini. You want it. And just the fact that you want the change is happening. Let's read the yarn on that. Because that's where all the passion is. Something new, something exciting. That Prince, that Knight of Wands, he's all about getting into a new adventure. New beginning, the number 1. The masculine principles of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. Again, that's the Eight of Wands. Taking that step, having that courage to move forward. Have that conversation. If you know you want to speak to somebody, the only way you'll know if they want to speak to you is if you go and talk to them. Give them the opportunity to say, I don't want to speak to you. Or I do want to speak to you. Let's see what relationship says on the yang. Circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand in matters of the heart There is movement toward your highest good. So go forth with authentic passion. Go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. Again, the full moon is in Leo. On that note, I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, Gemini, love and light. And don't forget to hit the notification bell.